You started recording.
Okay, so it looks like they can't hear me. Okay. I had to double check the stream. I was like, wait a minute. You're gonna be Avery. Are you pushing through the slides then?
Yeah, I am.
All right. Well, we're still waiting on people to show up. So
Yeah, no.
yeah. Excuse me. How are you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm upset that the Twitch push to talk button is defaulted at space
Oh,
because that just messed everything up.
well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Well, rip. Let's see. I see people are online, so I'm like, hey, don't leave my at everyone unnoticed.
I do C for my push to talk because C isn't like bound to anything. I don't know why C specifically too.
I don't know.
It's just a button that I like to put my push to talk on. I think
Yeah.
it's from like the like Minecraft days where you had to like press a button to enter the chat.
Oh, maybe, yeah. That makes sense. Good old Minecraft, baby. Once this is all over, we'll turn party banter into a Minecraft Let's Play channel.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. I've been meaning to buy Minecraft, so
Also, we
problem
have a
solved.
lot more viewers now, so if you would want to start the stream, I can go ahead and push you through it.
All right. Yeah, 'cause we got 7 people so far. Yeah, I think that's enough to get started. So, yeah. Hello, everyone. This is me, Dara, one of your your party barty masters. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and help you, like, push you guys through dates and like what we expect for each crit. And yeah, so go on ahead. Next slide. There we go. So, this is the main thing people have been asking, and it took a little bit to organize between Jeff and Owen, but essentially it all comes down to they were available for 9 p.m. on Tuesday. So we decided that we were going to do crit 1 will be January 7th, crit 2 will be on the 14th, and the third one will be on the 21st, all at 9 p.m. We will be streaming it similar to how we're doing it right now. If you're concerned about missing it, that's totally fine. I know it's a little bit late, but that was like the only time we can work out. And there will be a VOD afterwards, and also there will be a final submission, but that'll be like to be determined because yeah. And for those asking about the Party Banter Drive, the tiny URL's right there, so please feel free to like just copy paste it, like
It's
save it
also
into a
in the
different tab.
links channel in
Yeah.
the Discord.
So yeah.
Also, for that first crit, it's pushed back a lot. So like you have a lot of time, which means I'm expecting so many more thumbnails out of you. If you were gonna do 100, I'm expecting 500.
I mean, please go through them and don't present 500. We don't want to be there
Oh no no
forever.
no no! Don't present 500. I'm saying draw 500.
Yeah.
Because you think I can't tell how many thumbnails you did from how many, like, from what you've turned in, because everyone's turning in like 10 or whatever, but I can tell. I can tell how many you've done. I can tell if that first one on there is the very first thumbnail you did. I know.
But yeah, so yeah, it's pushed back too because also like originally the first Tuesday we could get was like New Year's
New
Eve,
Year's Eve,
and
baby, at 9 p.m. when the
yeah, and
New
that
York
the
ball
ball
drops.
drops.
All right, let's
So yeah,
move
that's not
on
happening.
to our critique expectations.
Hello.
Yeah.
All right. So, oh no, I thought you got cut off. Okay, so yeah, moving on to critique expectations for the first one. So as we mentioned, there are a couple things we're going to want from you guys. Mainly, it's going to be reference, silhouette, and thumbs. So these are from last year, and these are for two different characters, Rufina Chester and Randolpher Pataki. And these are some really good examples of just kind of making like like a really organized and concise like kind of reference mood board, so that way when we present to Jeff and Owen, they can see where you're coming from, and also like what yeah, like your whole thought process behind designing the character. Yeah.
Oop.
Next one.
Sorry, I just wanted to
Oh.
say it also the mood board. It also lets us know what you're going for, so we know when you either got it right or wrong. If that makes sense.
Yeah, like whether or not you just need to put more time into it, or you're, yeah.
Like like we can tell if you're going for grass or you're going for feathers, because they both can look the same in like thumbnail version.
Yeah.
Oh, and your mood boards should be a mix of, or can be a mix of real life reference for things that you're going to use and things that inspire you. They don't even have to be characters. They can just be like moods. Like if you see in the Rufina Chester one, they're a conspiracy theorist and they have that screenshot from
From
It's Always
Always
Sunny.
Sunny.
And that's like a good way to show like you're not necessarily going to like make your character look like that, but that's what you want them to feel like.
Yeah.
All right, next slide.
Yep. Okay, so moving on to silhouettes. So this is pretty self-explanatory. So with the whole thumbnail phases, silhouettes come in mind. Come in mind. These are some pretty good examples from last year. Like really, I think at this point, like the silhouette phase, please try to focus on shape language. That's like going to be the biggest thing for us. So at this point. And like these are just a couple of nice like little examples of that, because I think the first one is Randolpher again, and then the second one is Rufina. Yeah.
And you can see for Randolphers, they labeled them, which is good. We want you to do
Yes.
that. Please do that. And for Randolpher, no, who was which? Rufina.
That's
They both
Rufina.
have the same name. For Rufina, you can also see how there's a mix of thumbnails, sketches, and like little like more refined sketches. That's perfectly fine too. I know I work better thinking that way than just thumbnails. So if your brain works that way, then include those.
Yeah. And then this one's just like more. This is more for like the examples for the like the monsters, but it's like the same idea what we talked about. Silhouettes, like with the, I think that's Jasper's on the left. Like, please label them. It really does make it easier on all of us to like identify which like drawing we're looking at. And then the other one is just kind of nice, more sketched like explorations for I think it was like a water bird monster. Yeah. Oh yeah, then one last one. So these are just some more like examples of like exploration sketches and like silhouette drawing. So like the one on the left is Randolpher, so that one like they did a lot of exploration with the face shape, and then on top of that like prop design, which you don't need to do. This person just kind of went like buck wild. They were
I'm
like,
gonna say,
okay,
Dara, I
huh?
disagree with you there. If your character has a prop, it needs to be designed.
Oh, I was talking about like the face shape, because I'm like I feel like it's too early to be doing that.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, for crit 1, you don't have to do that for crit 1. You do have to do it though.
Yeah, you do have to do it, just not crit 1.
Props are very important.
Yes, props are very important.
Almost as important as characters, actually maybe more important. And they're really fun, trust me.
So yeah. Moving on to Crit 2, polishing. So this is a phase where you're going to be starting to put more cohesive character page. So these are just a few examples that I picked from last year. Like the tar is Avery's from last year, and that was like a really cool one to see evolve, like with the different silhouettes and how they translated into like these different character designs. Like even though it's all the same character, but like all the different directions Avery took it. Same thing with Pallavi. He's like really adorable. Like just all the ways that look at this one again.
Sarah Chong.
Sarah. Yeah. All the different ways that Sarah went with it. It was like I do love Pallavi. That's just me.
Pallavi is a good girl.
Pallavi is a good girl. But yeah, essentially this is like you're refining your ideas and your sketches. Like if you still have a couple more things you want to try out, this is the time to do it before we move on to like our final phase.
And this is where I said, like, with the like face shapes and prop shapes, this is where definitely you would be getting hard into that.
Okay. Oh, Esteban just dropped a question. So he said, I still have trouble getting myself to draw wildly different silhouettes. I can get very stuck with drawing the same thing with only slight changes. What are some tips you guys have to overcome that? I mean, isn't that the slide you're working on for later?
Wait. Yes,
no.
I will get to that real soon. Yeah, that'll be at the end of the stream. So yeah, look forward to that. I'll keep that in mind.
Right. So yeah, I think that explains what Crit 2, what we're looking for Crit 2. The rest are just more examples from last year. So yeah, like the monster designs, like there's still a few more like variations, but at this point it's like you're starting to really nail down what you're looking for. Keep going. Oh yes, and one last thing. So we did mention that there will be a character lineup. So at this point, because you're starting to refine all your drawings and your ideas, we're gonna want you guys to come together and make a character lineup. So that way we can see your characters and how they fit in the world and like how big they are in comparison to each other. I got one message.
We can just get to the messages at the end.
Yeah. Okay. And then finally, Crit 3. So the big thing that I know there was like a little bit of confusion on last year, Crit 3 is not the final submission. This is essentially just your last day for feedback. So what we're looking for is a more complete, more like a much cleaner like character sheet at this point, where like you've really figured out what you're doing for this character. You want to see things like prop design. If you have it like with Lottie Macy with her, I think it's a mandolin. And like seeing your character in all their different poses, like with the rat, or no, it's like the little mouse demon. And yeah, and then we just got a couple examples of that. There you go. So yeah, so like more examples, like the Rufina Chester one I really like. It's only really 2 drawings, but even still you get so much information out of it. You can see all the work this person put into it. And also it's really nice to have your color palette up there. Just so it's like nice and yeah, and then final examples, and then I think there's I think that's when we go to the final lineup. So yeah, so this will be pretty much your final lineup. Same thing as I said before with the Crit 2. It's just that this time this is more finalized. So this will be like what your characters will end up looking like. And sorry, I just spaced out. And yeah, so like the one thing that's really good here for the lineup that they mentioned is that there's the that they said how big is each space. So please put that down for our own reference, because otherwise, like we can just be here guessing. So yeah, final submission then.
Yeah, units are important, even if the unit is your smallest character, because otherwise it
Yeah,
just looks like a police lineup and it like means nothing.
yeah,
We don't know if that like smallest unit is the size of an inch or the size of an elephant.
yeah. It's like, oh, is that 1 inch or 10 feet? But yeah, with all that said, moving on to the final submission. So after all three crits, you will turn in your finalized character sheet and lineup. I want to be honest, there may or may not be some changes in between crit 3 and your final submission. And honestly, that's okay. If you have a lot of changes, totally fine. If you don't have a lot, awesome. Let's work for you, dude. So yeah, pretty much at the end is that we're just really wanted to do is like compile them, like just get everything in and submitted, so that way we can like see all your really good work, and then with that you'd be done with party banter.
Yeah, and we'll all like meet together at the end to show each other our final submissions. And also, this final submission is what's going in your portfolio. So make it something that you want to be proud of.
Yes. All right, and with that, submission guidelines. So Avery and I were talking about doing something a little different this year because for those who have done it before, they do know that Jeff and Owen don't like knowing who they're critiquing because they don't want to put any personal bias into their critiques. So we're doing a naming convention this year that's a little bit different than last year, where what we want you to do is that for your naming convention, have it your character name or your monster letter, or just your monster name, your team, and then afterwards put like what year you are. So if you are a first year Shrunken Headman or like animation student, just put like, I don't know, like character like for example Rufina Chester, team 2, and then 1. If you're not an Annie student, then just put a 0. And that's totally fine. It's just so they have a way of knowing where you're at artistically. Because otherwise, like, because they want like otherwise they might be like a little too harsh or a little too lenient, and that's pretty much like the reasoning for that. Next, tabloid. So we want them to be tabloid size, so 17 by 11. And one thing we
If
did have
you're
a
an
poll.
Annie student, sorry, just wanted to interrupt.
Oh yeah,
If you're an Annie student, 17 by 11 is going to be like standard from here on out.
yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it'll be standard from here on out. So yeah, 17 by 11 tabloid size, saved as either a JPEG or a PDF. And also, if you, well, no, not if you can, please export it for fast web view. We had submissions last year with some submissions like not, we weren't able to open some submissions. So just bear in mind, if we can't open it, we will not be able to critique it. That's just kind of like, that's honestly final. Nothing we can really say about that. If we can't open it, then I just say like talk to your group, talk to people around you. Like we can still do crits within the chat, like the Discord, but like during the actual critique, we will not be able to review it. And finally, this one is pretty simple. Please submit your files no later than an hour before each critique. Really just think about it like it's school, to be honest, because late submissions, it just kind of makes it more of a hassle for us at the end of the day, because then it's like, oh wait, which ones did we miss? And also like we all know Google Drive can have its hiccups, so please get those submitted before the crit, so that way we know for sure we can look at them. And yeah.
Oop.
All right, Avery, I think the rest is all you, right?
Yeah, sorry, switching back to non-push to talk because I'm no longer eating a tamale.
All right.
So right now I am looking for some images for you guys because I said I was going to explain big, medium, small. So if you could hold on just a secchi. If you have questions, ask them, please. I can't help you if I don't know your questions.
Yes, please ask questions because yeah, now's the time to do it. I mean, you can still ask us after the fact, but
Please
we're
do it
here
now
right now.
because if you do it now, then I can say it to everyone all at once.
Yeah,
It makes
everyone
my life
gets to
easy.
hear it.
Don't you want to make my life easy? Also, I'm like apologizing again for being a little bit late to the stream. I had a full day of work. Please be nice to me. I'm gonna cry. Dara,
Huh.
what's your favorite Overwatch character?
Mm.
Actually, chat, what's your favorite Overwatch character?
See, my brain says Tracer because of the stupid like I want to be Tracer meme, and I'm like, God damn it!
I don't want to be Tracer.
But I'm already Tracer.
I don't play Overwatch either, but I have the art book and can enjoy the characters.
Oh hell yeah, Lucio baby.
Alright, let's switch to Lucio. Dude, I hate
You
Lucio's new design. Just like, gonna say.
you know what? I'm with you on that. I really don't like it. I'm like, no, my boy.
Let's do one of his concept designs because I really like them.
Yeah. You know what? I do know my favorite Overwatch character, and it's McCree, let's be honest.
Alright, we got two for McCree.
I mean, I feel like McCree is the obvious answer for me.
Oh, McCree has like the worst page.
Oh, sad. This is a gay cowboy.
Alright.
Also, Winston? Is that who you're talking about, Enrique?
Winston.
Little baby Winston.
Wilston.
Wilston, my favorite Overwatch character.
I always forget Symmetra, or not Symmetra, I just said Symmetra was my favorite. Um, I always forget that, what's her name, Farah exists.
Yeah.
She's
You know what?
amazing.
You're right. McCree gets bonus points because Matt Mercer. Yeah. I think that just kind of says it all right there.
Winston also has a really bad page.
Rip.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'll just do
this took me a
his
second,
concept.
and I'm like, wait a minute. Enriquez, I'm like, oh wait, that's Esteban. I'm just a dumbass. Maybe. I was like, Enriquez?
Enriquez.
I just have two brain cells that are working they're trying their best.
Try the best. Okay, I got a bunch of characters picked out for you guys. Let me upload them to the drive.
You gotta rebrand to Wilston.
Oh, I'm waiting for DoorDash.
What'd you get?
Sushi. Sorry. I'll eat it in my room.
Oh, dude, I'm so
Um,
excited. I'm gonna have sushi for my birthday tomorrow.
oh
I'm
my
like,
god. Call out post.
Call out post?
Call out post Dara and Brianna for wanting to kill me.
what? I am like 50 miles away from you. Thank you.
What did Dara do?
Dara said they're gonna eat snooshi on their
Yeah!
birthday.
Sushi twins!
Hell yeah, baby.
Alright, let me show y'all how to export for Fast Web View. This is something
Yeah.
that you should know, please know, because it's important, because learning things about technology is always good.
Thank you.
Alright,
My birth is tomorrow.
let's see. Let's open not my winter accessibility form.
Mm.
Let's open my final design package. Oh wait, Oh wait, I shouldn't be doing this in Photoshop. So I need to go to, what's it called? Acrobat. I am so scatterbrained right now. So you go in Adobe Acrobat. This is, you've combined all of your, oh wait, did it fucking die? Did it fucking die?
What happened?
Did I die? Guess I'm dead. Sorry
guess you're
about
dead.
that. My internet skipped a bit there. Anyway, so what I'm gonna do is open Acrobat. So at this point, I'm assuming that you have already combined all your files. You just like go into your files. You click your things like this. You can either drag to click or shift click, and then you right click it and you go combine files in Acrobat, or I don't know if you can do fast web view if you just go do it here. So do combine files in Acrobat. And then what you're gonna do is let me open my thing. This is my homework.
Wow.
So then what I'm gonna do is can I do it?
Hello.
So save as a PDF.
Okay, I will go down to the street.
And then you click reduce file size. And this will make it so that it's smaller and you can open it easier in Drive so that we don't have to download everything. And then in Photoshop, I'm pretty sure you can do it too.
Yeah, I think I know when you save certain files, it does say like it does give you an option for fast web view.
So what you do is you do export as, and you can do a PDF once it loads.
I'm gonna smash this.
Hello?
So fucking hard.
Hello? Hello? Oops. Okay. I guess. Oh, okay, there it goes. And then, let's see. Can we go PDF? Nope. Okay. Cancel. That's not what I wanted to do. I am so sorry. My brain is so scattered. So you're going to do save as, sorry. Click down here, click PDF, which is somewhere around here. PDF. File name. And save. And then in this little box, you click this checkbox right here, optimize for fast web view. Does that make sense? I hope I'm not confusing anyone, because I'm confusing myself. So yeah, if you have any questions about that, please feel free to question me. That's
Yeah, the comment
yeah.
either in Discord or in chat.
Yes, please, because I'm really bad at giving directions like to go somewhere, which means I'm also really bad at giving directions like to do something. I'm like, you click the thing, and then you do the thing, and you like, you know.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And like, yeah.
Excuse me.
All right, let me pull open. So I'm gonna talk real fast. In the last stream, I mentioned I'm sorry. My images didn't load. Oh, that sounded terrible. That was my phone falling from my hands and bumping into my computer.
Oh my god.
So I'm sorry. My phone is being terrible. Not letting me upload anything from Drive. So I'm sorry. This is going to take a little bit. Again, I'm so sorry. I just got home from work and I was so tired that I almost forgot that the stream was today.
A big oopsie.
Okay. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and download all of these. Thank you for being patient with me. Do we have any questions, Dara?
Nothing in the chat. I mean, the only question is about like the silhouettes, but we're getting to that, right?
Yeah. So it was, the question was like, what do I do if I've like run out of ideas, right?
Yeah, it was just like the thing is that Esteban's saying that he has trouble like getting himself to draw in different silhouettes, like wildly different silhouettes, and like he has like a tendency to like do like very slight changes, and he just wants help for that.
No, yeah. Okay, so that one I can kind of answer here. I can also give you examples soon. But this one's a really easy one to answer. And if you're having trouble coming up with ideas, either take a break, eat a snack, clean your house, take a shower, just go do something else. You can even do something fun. Go out for a walk, go do some skateboard tricks to impress the local teens, and come back. And that might help you have new ideas. Another thing that can help is doing more research. Because I don't ever think that you're done researching after the initial research phase. I think you can continue to do research. You can continue to do research throughout. And that might help you come with like a new perspective, or like looking at artists that you like and maybe like copying or like taking inspiration from something that they've done. Don't copy directly. That's not what I meant. They're like taking inspiration from something they've done. And even like if it's really bad, if you're still like, oh, this isn't working, you can turn your paper upside down. You can use a really fat pencil, pen, or brush. You can finger paint. You can throw dirt on your paper and hope it comes up with something. You can let your rat walk across your iPad screen. Just get crazy, get wild. You can like chuck paintballs at your paper and maybe it'll turn into something cool. Like just start creating without even thinking about it, and then go back and like think about it and figure out like, okay, I liked this shape, I'm going to try to do something with that. Because it's really hard to come up with ideas in a vacuum. Alright, I'll do some of these too. So, I'm sorry that these are all like separate PNGs with pictures taken from my phone really quickly while Dara was talking. I did not mean to open this up. How did this sneak in there? Alright. So let's start with this dude. So if any of you are pro gamers like me, you might recognize this friendly man. Excuse me as I yell at my tablet properties. Okay, check this out. Every single time I either connect or disconnect my monitor, it sets the screen area to way outside of either of my monitors.
God.
There we go. Beautiful. Just wanted to show you that because I freaking hate it.
I will say, I'm watching the stream buffer, and as you say like that you hate it, it just immediately showed up Winston, and I was like, Avery hates Winston, confirmed.
All right, so I'm gonna real quick show you guys what I mean by big, medium, and small. Or if you've had Cameron or Owen, I think Owen says this more than Cameron, gallon, pint, teaspoon.
Yes.
Which is another good one. It's not quite the same as big, medium, and small, so I'll explain that one separately. So let's get a hard, round brush. There we go. And let's knock this dude out. So I'm just gonna real quick crop them in. Oop, not what I meant. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm so technologically inept. Okay, there we go. So, the stream is crickle crackling. Is it crickle crackling for you? There it goes.
Okay, Avery, we just got a question.
Yeah. I'll answer it soon.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Not to, like, push you to the side. I just will answer it soon. So,
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start by marking out the kind of shape of this character. So bump this down so it's like this. Beep 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 beep. This is not exact, and it looks kind of bad. And trust me, I know it's not news to anyone. Actually, you know what? I don't even need to do this. I'm just gonna start by saying this pink color, these are big shapes. So we got this guy. We got this dude. Like, he's thick. Right? Damn, he's thick. And you can even include the arm right here in there. You can include, like, this bit. That's a big shape. And, yeah, this can also be considered a big shape because it's, like, nice and solid. And this could be a big shape too, so I'll just go like that. So those are the big shapes. And then from the big shapes, we then bring out some medium shapes. So these ones, like, I don't know, they're medium. We got things like the hands, the limbs, medium shapes. Nice and big. And you could even count the head in this while it's not like, it's not separate from the silhouette. It is separate in terms of colors. So how he's like surrounded by white, but that's something that you can get into later. And then from here we'll do small shapes, which are the details on the gun. So that includes the handles, that thing, the fingers, which are like really easy way to get big, medium, and small shapes is to put fingers on your characters because they need them. And it's even little jutty out shapes like the little elbow thing here, or like this right here. Like little jutty out things. I'm sorry about the buffering. My Wi-Fi is blinking at me. It knows that I'm looking at it. It hates me. So yeah, I'll leave that up for a sec. I think it's still buffering. Is it still buffering for you?
It's buffering pretty bad, dude. Here, I'm gonna turn on audio for the stream and see where we're at. Yeah, so it right now, at least when I'm watching, it just went over the bit where you were like, "Damn, he thick."
Okay. Um, okay. Let this be like a intermission while the stream catches up with me. This is all being recorded, so I'm just gonna switch to the next one. Should I save these? I don't really feel like it.
I don't think so.
Alright. So let's image flip this guy. It's a little bit funky looking. It'll be on the stream.
I feel like in the moment it's painful, but once the thought is out, then it'll be it'll be better.
I don't know, because there'll be like this huge gap of when.
Well, I mean, they could just skip it because I mean, we're like, oh, it's buffering.
Okay, I'm getting into big shapes now, or small shapes now.
Yeah, the stream you just finished the medium shape.
Yeah.
Let's just keep going.
Okay. I'm sorry.
You
I'm
know
so
they might
sorry.
buffer us out, being like, we should wait because it's buffering.
Yeah. So, oh god, it's buffering again.
Oh god.
So I'm gonna do the same thing with McCree here. I'm gonna block out his big shapes in pink, his medium shapes in purp, and his small shapes in blue. And ooh, McCree's got some interesting things going on here that I can talk about. Wow. Wow, McCree's got it going on.
Oh yeah, sorry. It took me a second to process. I was like, wait. Yeah, McCree is
No,
good shit. What?
no. I mean,
Oh.
character design wise, McCree has got it
Oh.
going on.
Well, I mean, I'm saying that yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Excuse me as I shame Dara.
Shut up.
So we got his big shapes here, which includes his cape, his self, his body. I think for a lot of your guys', the torso is going to be the big shape. That's just the nature of things. That's how humans work too. Our torsos are large, and our heads and limbs are small.
Not our booties.
Our booties can be large, but I think that's still connected to your torso. Or I mean, like your core. So we got his torso. His legs are also kind of included in this, just because like they're connected. And like I'm trying to figure out how to explain this. His knees kind of taper in, which kind of creates a cutoff point. That's not really something that you guys are gonna have to think about. That's just like it's just how it is, you know. So the rest of his legs are his medium shapes, as well as like the big part of his gun, the barrel, and the. I almost called it a stem. The barrel and the thingy thing.
God.
You can tell I don't know guns. And then his head, of course, will be a medium shape. It looks a little bit small here because I kind of took an angled picture. Because again, this is with my phone.
Now no one could tell. Everyone thinks he's got a small head.
Alright, and then now his little shapes. So his little shapes are his like thingamaboobers. Oh, and then so the reason I was saying McCree's got it going on is because I'll get to the other part, which is big, medium, small, tiny. So here's a little bit that I was like kind of excited to tell you guys about. His like little, these things split the big shape into smaller shapes. And that's like super important. Like you don't have to have just your limbs be your small shapes. You can have things like cutting into your big shapes, and like this little bit is a small shape. Like even though it's a part of his big cape, silhouette wise it pokes out. And it'll also be like his hair things right here, the little cutout right there, and like the shapes that his fingies make. And then tiny shapes are again just like an extension of small, where like you'll probably not get into it in the very first stage, but when you start refining your character more, you're gonna put these little tiny shapes. So like the spikes on his spurs, the handle of his gun, the little tiny threads hanging off of those open parts of cape, and his hair. And like there's like little tiny shapes, little tiny silhouette things, the little bumps on his jeans. Yeah. Are you still with me, Dara?
Yeah, I'm still with you.
Okay, you kind of went dead.
No, sorry about that. I will say, it's kind of hard for me to know what the hell you're talking about because I can't see what you're doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because all I see is the stream, and let me check where we're at. Yeah, you're just talking. You're still talking about Winston and Shay. Oh yeah, it's just it's just at the part where you shame me actually.
Alright,
I can't help it. I like gay cowboys.
shut up. What can I do to make this less terrible? Let's see, can I like... Oop. Did that? Okay, no it didn't. Okay, so I lowered the bit rate of our audio, so it might sound like incredibly shitty right now, but at least it sounds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I hope you're watching me do McCree right now.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, now I am. Well, you just did the big shape, so yes.
So yeah, sorry again for this like big lag in the streaming. Yeah, don't really know how to fix that because the way time works.
Yeah. I mean, we could try streaming from my computer next time. I don't know if that'll change because different Wi-Fi.
I don't know. Internet be like bad.
Rip. So what part are you doing now? Are you just kind of...
I'm just kind of waiting, because like if you can't see what I'm doing, then like it's kind of what's the point? I was kind of trying to work out in my head like, how do we close the gap. Maybe okay, Dara. Close out Twitch. Actually, everyone, do it with me. Close out Twitch and then reopen it, and hopefully you'll be back to present time.
I mean, I tried that earlier, but okay. Now let's see where we're at.
Okay, maybe I'll stop streaming real quick. Oh, but I don't want to mess up with your guys'.
Yeah, but the VOD.
Yeah. But I have no idea how far the VOD is right now. Because it's just been stuck on the same screen. I'm so sorry about these technical issues. I'm like legit extremely sorry. The stink's on my end too.
Ah, shit.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna continue on. I'm just gonna chug through it. Just get this over with. Let's kill McCree.
Kill the man.
And we've got Lucio up next. We're gonna do the same thing. Lucio's got some interesting big shapes. His thighs are his big shapes. Thick thighs. Thick thighs, Lucio. What happened here? What? Did I? Sorry, I confused myself. So, Lucio's thick thighs. His legs. This is one where the torso would not be the medium or big shape, and his head is a big shape. He's got these huge dreadlocks. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm all thrown off. His arms would be the medium shapes, his torso, his other arm, these dudes, and his feet. And then the small shapes, again, these little things coming off of his shoes. That's what they're called. What are Lucio shoes called, Dara?
I thought he was wearing, like, rollerblades.
That's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, his rollerblades things. Yeah. And even like these little nubdules. Oh shoot. The person who asked the question, their question is now gone.
Yeah.
Okay. The person who asked that question, could you please retype the question? Could you ask it in the Discord if possible? Just so that if my Twitch page reloads, it'll be there. Yeah. I'm just gonna bang through these ones. Again, sorry for the delay. Here's a Legend of Zelda one. This one, easy peasy. This one's for all you monster folks out there. We've got his whole body a big shape. It's so easy. It's just like a big egg. Then he's got these crazy arms that create an interesting little like silhouette with the hole right there. His legs, his horns, and like let's count the hair in there, and like the tip of his tail. And then small shapes, his tail, his nails, again that like little interesting silhouette thing it does in there, and these little like paint splotches that are coming off him, like the little drips, these cool things. This the extra like little details. Like that. Let's kill that one. next is another Zelda one. I'm doing so many like examples because I definitely want you guys to see different styles, different like kind of ways of thinking about these things, different like characters, because the more you guys see, the more you guys learn. So her big shape, I want to do like this side one right here. Her big shape is the, actually I'll compare both of them. So in this one, her big shape is her torso right here. It makes a really round shape. And in her regular silhouette, I'm going to also say that that round shape is still there. And then medium shapes are her legs, which kind of form together in this, which I kind of like. It makes it like a very stable kind of shape. And then her arms, which again cut into this big shape right here. And then her small shapes, which are all these little armory details. Her pigtails, armory details, armory details. The sword, of course, is a small shape. And yeah. I feel kind of weird about, oh yeah, my voice is super delayed, so they're not going to hear my plea for them to re-put that in until later. Okay, so for Esteban's question, I already kind of like said earlier about the little things I recommend. Yeah, I don't really know. Dara, do you have anything else to say about that?
About what?
The Esteban's question about thumbnails.
I mean, honestly, what you said earlier, I think really does, like...
Oh, since we were just talking about big, medium, small shapes, that's another thing is when you get stuck drawing the same thing with only slight changes, try to only change the big shapes. So like, try to change the big shapes instead of only changing the small shapes.
Yeah.
Or even like cut pieces together. Cut off the head of one and put it on the body of another. Cut off the arms of one and put it on the body of a different one. I have no idea where I am in comparison to the stream right now.
Well, it looks like it got to the point where we were like, let's reload the page. Yeah, you're like, let's just chug through it and get this over with.
Alright.
I just say keep going and don't really worry about it.
I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I want to know that person's question. I feel bad because I didn't think about that, you know? But yeah, so on my screen I have some bird. I almost said Pokemon. No, they're from Zelda. This is also in Hyrule Historia. You see my thumb at the bottom of the picture. And I thought this was an interesting idea of how, like, these bottom four characters, they're all the same character. They all, like especially the two on the middle, kind of look the same. You can see aspects of one and the other. But they're all still wildly different silhouettes. And you can see the final version, which is our furthest left. That one has, I think, aspects of all three of the initial designs. So that's a good, like, idea for you guys, like how I was saying, cut off the head of one and put it on the body of another. Like, start to like combine and mismatch them, and then you can get like some new interesting designs. Yeah. Dara.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having an existential crisis right now, where
Why?
time means nothing to me. I feel I feel like I'm ahead of everyone in time, and I'm alone.
I mean, I understand that because I'm in the same boat, except I can't see what's in the future.
Like, I'm having such a hard time talking to you guys because I can't, like, interact. I'm just going based on my own brain space, and my brain space isn't very alive right now.
Yeah. Where are we at in the stream right now?
I see Lucio.
Oh, that's where we realize that the question from before is gone. Oh God! By the time, God, I'm just. Where are we at? I'm like so lost at this point.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna lower the bitrate of this so that it uses less.
This is a goddamn mess.
This will start to sound like a Taco Bell drive-through.
Yeah, we're not even using that chat.
Twitch, why do you have to hit me? Alright. Let's look at this. Let's look at some past examples. Oh, let's look at some I don't know. I'm so lost right now. I'm sorry, Dara.
Well, what are we looking at then?
Let's look at other people's examples. So let's zoom in right here. No, that's not what I meant to do. Nope. I'm sorry. I feel so old right now. I feel like an old person. I'm keep forgetting what I'm saying. I keep going off on tangents. Thanks for being patient with me, my wonderful party banterers. I'm trying.
Doing our best.
Alright, well,
Times indeed.
here's an example of a past submission. I really like these because they show both the thumbnails and their further explorations, so that you can really see what they're thinking in terms of what direction they want to go. And you can also see in their reference sheet, which is on the left, you can see parts that they have pulled from. So the bones and the bone necklaces, you can see them all over this one. You can see the old ladies, their stance, how they're kind of hunched over. You can see cultural, and even the silhouette. There's one, the beaver trapper guy wearing a beaver skin hat and a big grass cloak. You can see his silhouette kind of echoed in this silhouette. Yeah.
Which character is it, by the way?
Rufina?
Okay.
Rufina Chester.
Is it the one that I pulled up for the? Okay. Just to double check, so we're on the same page.
And then another thing for these ones, for Jaspers, I like these ones too because they're very different shapes. They're not all like this one. They're kind of similar in concept, but these ones are all very different. But I'd say Monster Team, go harder. Like something that I think Esteban was saying, where you kind of draw the same thing with minor changes. that's definitely a trap that you guys all get into, and that I think monsters kind of have a easy way out of, that I don't see you guys utilize it enough, and it's to go buck crazy. This character has 2 legs, give it 6. Who cares? There's no rules. Well, there's rules, but there's no rules. It has a short neck, then like give it a really crazy long neck. Make it really tall, make it really short, make it super chubby. It's go crazy, go wild, go stupid.
Yeah, I mean, in the wise words of the final Pam, no rules, just right.
Shut up. Yeah, I want to emphasize this over and over again. Don't feel like you have to design from your first idea. Like, let's see, who's over here? Like this person did a better job at it, but they were still kind of like at this point it was like they were more sold on their design, so you can tell that they were kind of settling more. But even still, these characters, while they do have pretty different silhouettes, they're still all the same like idea for a character. They all have, well, I guess this one has a little bit more than 6 legs, or yeah, they all have 4 to 6 legs. They all have babies on back. They all have the bat head and the bug mandibles. Yeah, and they all kind of have like a rounded shape on the end. So like really think about like, am I getting stuck in a rut? Yeah. Oh my gosh, I forgot about talking about gallon pint teaspoon.
Oh yeah.
Okay, real quick. So what I was saying with shapes over here still stands, but it's a little bit different. So this one's a really good example of this Ganon from Wind Waker, I think. Yeah. So gallon, pint, teaspoon is not necessarily about sizes, but about quantity. This is especially helpful when you're coloring or using values, but I think this also applies to shapes and motifs. So in terms of shapes, the gallon is the big shape. That one's easy. The pint is the medium shapes, and the teaspoon is the smaller shapes. Sorry, Photoshop just like hated me for a sec. There we go. The teaspoon is the smaller shapes. So what I mean by that is, I'm trying to think of a way to put this. So the gallon is your biggest quantity. And like I said, it's the big shape. So the most shapes you have is the big shape. The mediumest shapes you have are the medium shapes. So you see there's like a whole lot of pink in here, and there's less purple. And the teaspooniest is the small shapes. There's even less tiny shapes. Like there's so little, like barely any. And I feel like I'm kind of confusing you guys with comparing it to the size, so I'm also going to compare it to like color. You can see Ganon is mostly, excuse me, sorry, my my Wacom just like deleted all of my saved things, and
Oops.
now it hates me, and now it's like, what do you mean alt? I don't know alt, I only know space. So you can see his main shapes, or his main colors are these colors: red, orange, yellow, and green. And you can see that in terms of amounts, the most is this red right here. I'm going to touch it with a little pan hand because Photoshop hates me. It's this red right here. There's a lot of it. And then so that's the gallon. The pint would be this yellow, and maybe this, I forgot to grab it, but maybe this color too, just a little bit. So there's still quite a bit of those colors, but they're kind of spread out throughout, and they're kind of a accent color. And then the head is the teaspoon. It's a small amount. Dara, am I making any sense?
I think for the most part, yeah, because I mean, like, gallon, it's like your big shapes, as you mentioned. Pint are like medium, and then teaspoon are like your small.
I mean, it's not just big, medium.
Well, no,
small
I know it's
shapes.
not just that. I mean, yeah.
It's the quantity.
Yeah.
So like the red, there's a lot of it. The yellow and orange, there's a little less. The green, there's like a tiny amount compared to the rest of the thing. And that orange, there's even less. That's what I mean. It gives it good contrast. It gives it good, like, definition. And it also goes for like everything you do. It goes for painting, it goes for composition, it goes for even the motifs. Like, you want a lot of one motif, less of another motif, and a tiny amount of another motif to like give a good contrast, to make things from feeling, to keep things from feeling too even and generic. And there was a really good, I am definitely gonna have to find it for you and link it to you guys, but there was a really good thing that I saw in terms of character design that was also talking about in terms of like armor design, where they kind of split the character into like big shapes and then tiny shapes. And I thought that was a good kind of method they had.
All right. Yeah.
And that other person still hasn't responded with their questions. And I feel bad. Does anyone else have that person's question that they can just put in the chat right now? In, like, further up in the...
Also, just so you know, you're going over the bird right now in the stream.
Okay. I have no idea how far back that was, because I've lost all track of time. Time means nothing to me right now.
I mean, I feel it. I don't know when that happened. Also, Esteban said to change the resolution to 144p, initiate 2007 mode.
Yeah. I'm gonna further, because, like, that helped a little bit, changing our audio and video quality. So hopefully changing it again will help even more. Hope it's not
I really
too
don't know,
bad
dude.
for you
I'm just kind of
guys.
like, I think we just got to keep powering through and then just be like, okay,
Well, because I don't really have anything.
messages later.
I don't really have anything that I can say. Yeah, I don't really.
Do you have anything else, or is that it?
Well, like, I don't know what else to say other than answering people's questions. I'm kind of floundering.
I mean, I think we can just put down it's buffering really bad, so just ask us after the fact. Also, I'm gonna need to head out soon because people are starting to go to bed.
Alright. Yeah, I'm sorry. feel like this is Avery Apologizes stream.
Sorry, y'all, but you know, we have a lot of time until the actual due date, so we
Yeah.
have plenty of time for questions. But we hope that this this kind of disjointed info stream helped.
And whoever that was who put your question up and then I forgot about it and refreshed the page and was really dumb, please ask that question again. Put it in either the stream and quick questions chat or the just general questions chat. And I promise, like 100%, I will get to it. Like
Yeah, also
I'll
when
text
the
it.
VOD comes out, I think it keeps the chat logs.
Oh, okay.
So we can always check once the VOD is done.
Yeah. All right. Okay. In that case, this is a
Yeah.
sad send
Sorry
off.
about the technical difficulties.
Yeah, I swear this never happens. I've never had such problems with Twitch. Is it because I'm old? Is it because I'm getting old and I'm turning into a grandpa?
I don't think so. I think you're just unlucky with your Wi-Fi today. Like, how much stuff is connected to the internet right now?
I don't know. Nothing? Like, my computer?
I mean, is Brianna on the internet?
I don't think so.
Is
I don't know. Are you just gonna, like, dox me in front of everyone here?
what? I'm just saying that.
All right.
I'm just saying if
This is
people are on the internet.
a sad send off to a sad stream. Sorry again. I'm still answering questions. If I didn't get to it here, I will get to it on Discord. I promise. I promise. I promise. I will even do another tip stream that will hopefully go even better by lowering my resolution by 1,000,000 and crying. The end.
All right. Bye, guys.